things that law enforcement officers are doing. This individual, it really struck us the nomination about work on a specific case. And our focus is, we have some different award ceremonies. We had the Officer of the Year recently that the chiefs police vote on, and each individual agency has their Officer of the Year. And that's for a wide variety of things. This award is really officers that kind of stood out in specific acts on behalf of victims, the things that they went above and beyond the call of duty for a victim. It could be a particular case or it could be a wide range of cases. This officer was assigned as a backup officer on an aggravated battery by strangulation, kidnapping, and a BOP case. Obviously a very violent offender and a very scared and traumatized victim. She was tasked with the follow-up after the victim had been transported to the hospital. And this victim, as in a lot of these cases, was not very cooperative at first. He was very scared, obviously. Over the course of several days and nights, the officer made repeated visits to the hospital to talk with the victim, even on her day off, after shifts were over, to provide her with additional community resources and to try to gain her trust and her cooperation. Her persistence paid off, and she ended up getting additional information from the victim, adding additional charges to the arrest, and ensuring that this defendant would stay in jail. She didn't stop there. And this was, I guess, was so encouraging because, a lot of cases we ask officers to go out and do follow-up, and sometimes they're really good at it, sometimes not. But it was just amazing to follow up. She didn't stop there. She continued to pursue the case. She heard that there were some statements made by the defendant at the jail, so she went to the jail, got statements from correction officers who overheard the defendant making those statements, and we really appreciate the sheriff and his support at the jail for really being alert to those and letting law enforcement know. She obtained jail phone calls and monitored them for additional evidence, and most importantly, she maintained contact with that victim. Even though our office already had it, she had an advocate, but she maintained that personal trust and that contact, and with our office and with our victim advocate, letting her know what she was doing and coordinating the efforts. My advocate was told by the victim that she was extremely grateful for this officer's help and concern, and that she realized that the officer had gone above and beyond in order to keep her safe. How great is that when you have the victim's own words to say how grateful they were? As my division chief, Linda Barnett, wrote, the officer's efforts working with the victim, gaining her trust, and ensuring her cooperation in this case made it possible for us to file the case and keep a very deserving offender in jail. We would not have been able to file without her, and we so appreciate her efforts. We all appreciate her efforts on behalf of all victims. Please welcome Officer Kimberly Weeks of the West Melbourne Police Department.
I got a call about a week ago. Actually, a couple of months ago, my sergeant asked to pull me aside, and as I usually do, I said, "What I do wrong? Do I need my PBA rep?" He said, "Why do you always assume it's something bad?" I said, "I just like to prepare myself." So he said, "I just want to let you know I put you in for officer of the state of something." And I'm like, kind of went in one ear out the other. I was like, "Yeah, I'll never get that. I just come to work, do my job." And then Kathy Wilson called, and she's my chief secretary. She sent me a Facebook message at 8:30, texted me at 2:30, called me. I'm like, oh God, what did I do wrong? I worked the night before and I worked that night. She's like, I couldn't even wait. You couldn't call me back fast enough. You got officer, the state attorney. I'm like, what? I was extremely humbled. I literally couldn't sleep the rest of the day. I just, like I said, I go to work, I do my job, I do it to the best of my ability. I really give every case I can, all my heart and strength and soul, and that one especially because, by the way, he did get 8 years just for the BOP. That was last week.